Well, does your child wander into your room at night, climb into your bed, disturb your sleep? Our parenting expert, Julie Freedman-Smith, now with some ways to deal with this very common situation.
Very common.
Very common, right?
Yes.
I know it happens in all our families,
Yep.
certainly here at the station anyway. What do you do when this starts to happen?
Well, it only matters if it's a problem. If it's not bugging anybody,
Right.
it's not a problem. If it's bugging your mother-in-law, but it's not bugging your family, if everybody feels like they're getting the sleep, it's her problem, it's not your problem.
Okay.
However, if somebody feels like, no, they're not getting enough sleep, or if you're knowing that your child is spending countless chunks of time in the night walking back and forth, or
Right.
you're ending up in your child's bed and it's not working for anybody, then it's a problem. Then we need to do something.
Then we need to do something about it. Okay, so where do you start?
So the first thing is to figure out, what do you want to do about it?
Okay.
Are you okay to walk your child back to their room every night? Or are you, are you okay for them to come in if they have a nightmare and cuddle them for 2 minutes and then have them go back? What do you want? Because until you're clear as the parents in the family,
Right.
there's no way that the kids can know what they're supposed to do.
Right.
So
what happens if there's a difference between the parents?
And there often is a difference between the parents. So then that's part of what's okay. So it might be that, don't bug me, go talk to your dad.
Right.
Like, get in that side, but I'm staying here. I need my space. I need my sleep.
This is what happens in my house.
All right.
Because
What happened in my house, too.
Well, I get up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So the kids know very clearly if mom is still in the bed,
Yes.
then you don't come in. Unless it's a very dire situation, of course.
Right.
But if mom's gone, you can climb in with dad. He doesn't care.
Okay. So, and that's what I'm talking about. There's a solution for every family. There's no right way.
Okay.
So when parents call us, that's the first thing that we say to them is, what's going to be right for you? It could be that with the child in the bed, nobody's getting any sleep, and suddenly you're like, that's it.
Right.
We need to make a change.
Right.
And so getting clear on what you're okay with. Then the next step is making a plan, and it's not good enough just to say to the child, stay in your own bed.
Okay.
How are they going to do that? What are they going to do when they wake up and they're feeling like they want to come into your room? What are they going to do?
What are they going to do?
Are they going to hug their stuffy and roll over and say a little message? It's my job to stay in bed. Are they going to tell themselves a little story? Are they going to take 5 deep breaths? What is the child going to do? You need to make a plan with them.
Okay. Give them some strategies.
And what are you going to do? So when that child does come into your room, are you going to say, oh, never mind, I'll deal with it in the morning, which is not the
Right.
suggestion, not the
Not a
solution,
good idea.
because then that's teaching the child it's okay, don't do what I say, just...
Right.
So what is your script? Are you going to take them back and put them in their bed and say, it's your job to close your eyes and wait for sleep, I'll see you in the morning, and leave? Are you going to stay in their room for a couple of minutes? Are you going to not even get out of bed and say, bye-bye now? Are you going to put a lock on your door? What is your part? And what is the child's part? Because once we know that, we can even do a little practice run, teach them how to do it, then we have a much greater chance of staying consistent. Yeah.
Okay. What about if it's okay for the parents, but you're starting to realize, my child seems really tired at school, or I'm hearing from the teacher that they're having trouble concentrating, or that they're yawning in class.
Yep.
What about that?
So that's a really important part,
Yeah.
because we know that sleep is probably the most important gift that you can give your kids, teaching them how to sleep. And so it's important for our kids to learn how to do that. The thing that it triggers for Gail and I when we get a phone call about a child that's coming in the middle of the night, oftentimes that child is not putting themselves to sleep. So the child is falling asleep with mom or dad, maybe in mom or dad's bed, maybe mom or dad is in their bed. And then when they wake up in the night, they don't know how to put themselves back to sleep. They need their partner to get back to sleep again. And so the first step is often that sleep training. Like, how do we get our kids to put themselves to sleep?
Right.
At night, like when they're first going to bed.
Right.
Because if they can learn to do it then in the middle of the night, it's easier for them
thing.
to do that
Wonderful.
again. Yes.
And then be consistent, I imagine, right?
Yes, exactly.
Wonderful. Julie, thank you so much. That brings us to 8:28.